Hi, I'm Kathy Dodson.
And I'm Jocelyn Lindsay. Welcome to another episode of 5 Minute Indie Insights, where today we're talking about ARCs, Advanced Reader Copies. And we're going to be showing you Bookfunnel because you have the opportunity to showcase your ARC in a very wonderful way. Like you're sending your book out to your readers for a black tie event instead of just showing up for flip flops.
Right. That's a really good point. And what we're going to show you today is the way to get out digital art. You can also, Amazon will allow you to buy author copies that are arts that have a special uh, printed strip across the front that says that it's out for resale. And then, of course, you can order from Ingram Spark if you want those digital copies. Or frankly, you could just print a copy or whatever. I mean, there's a million ways to do it, but Bookfunnel is the best way to do it digitally. And so, Jocelyn, before we jump into that, um, why do you use art? What's for people who don't understand why they're helpful?
One of the big reasons I use ARCs is after I've done all of the formatting, or not the formatting, all the edits, when the book is in it's close to final, ready to go as it'll go. I want to get it out to readers, one, to make sure something grossly wrong has not been missed, because by that point, I've read it so many times. An editor has read it so many times, and fingers crossed you haven't like missed something really big. But I've had instances where ARCs have found where an old version of a chapter got into it, or something went wrong in, when I was putting it together. But the other reason I really love ARCs is hopefully you're getting like that initial response from your readers about what the book is like. How does the book go together? And can you get, hopefully they'll give you an Amazon review.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Early reviews are great. In fact, you have to wait until the book gets published to review on Amazon. But um, on Goodreads, they can do it early. So there's other places like Bookfunnel, they can do it early. So how do you get the book to them early, right? That's what we're trying to deal with here. So this is Bookfunnel, and I've come over here to book. And so this book I actually just did is an art. But if you want, you just add new, right? So you add a new book. Super easy. Put in your title, label, author, book type. So the advanced copy is a choice here. And that's a nice one to use. You can put a tagline, the description, and note to readers if you want. I know never put in the note to readers because I'm sending it to them, communicating with them before that. And then you create your book. And then once you've got your book, I come over here to ebook. And so the book is there. I've uploaded my files. I've uploaded the cover. By the way, it can be the real cover. But that's a really great thing is you don't have to have the real cover. You can use anything if you don't have it yet, if you're not ready. And then the thing that you want to do is create a landing page for your book. So it'll let me do that. Files are marking enabled. Let's go into landing pages. So here, and the nice thing about it is you can have an end date on it, which you'll want to do with an art. You don't want it hanging out there forever. I keep my arts open for 2 to 3 weeks because not everyone's going to download it immediately. They'll say they'll read it, but sometimes they're reading something else and it takes them a while to get to it, right?
I give mine about two. Yeah, I give mine about 2 weeks. And if they haven't picked it up in 2 weeks, then I can check in with them.
Right. Or you can also set it by the number, right? You can say only give 10 of these out.
Right.
And that's another way to do it. But you don't, if here, that's how I do the download limit of 10 and I do the date. I can always come back in and change that. But the great thing is that it provides these links, but you've got a book there. If you want to embed a link somewhere, the really nice thing is that you just create a landing page and it's easy to do. You just hit create. You can go into advanced settings, which I always do because I'm ridiculous and I like to have, I like to change the colors to match the book.
What? Well, yeah, it's like any landing page. You want it to be representative of what your reader's experience is going to be.
Right. So here's what I see. I use purple type because ever's purple. It's just one of those things. Um, but the nice thing is that they send it out with a letter
Yes.
that is really important. Let's see if I can do this reactivate page. I think it's going to be in advanced settings. If I can double check. Yep, that's just got my blurb and the information. And I thought I reactivated it. Anyway, it sent them a letter that has the picture of the book and hey, you can download this now. And then click here if you want to read a PDF, if you'd like it on your Amazon Kindle, if they give you like all these different ways to do it. And they provide help if you can.
Yes.
And that's one of the greatest things. In fact, I'm going to do this really quickly.
Yeah.
You can
The
So that's
organizational structure that you get from Bookfunnel for handling ARCs and readers, especially as you start sending out more and more, it is so nice to have a system that tracks it for you.
Yep, and you can see exactly who has downloaded it already, as Joshua has said, and who hasn't. It's the simplest thing you can possibly do, and they provide all of the technical support.
Yes.
So I happen to use the where is it? I'm just not finding the things I want to find right now. But it really is helpful to kind of outsource it to somebody else. Trying to show you what it looked like, because it really is nice, and they provide you with help. They provide your reader with help, and it just hasn't that email hasn't come through yet. But it's the Bookfunnel is the best way to do art. It really is. It's so much better than anything else out there. And when you use their system instead of just embedding a link, like this is great if you've got something that you want to embed in your newsletter. But when you actually use their system and they go to the Bookfunnel landing page, it's a great thing. So that's what we can do. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. There we go. This is what it says. Get my book. You click on it, and you have all of these choices, right?
And that's all, and those are all the you don't have to do anything to make those happen.
Yeah, this is what your reader sees. They get to choose. If they have trouble, there's a place that they can email Bookfunnel and they help them. It's the greatest thing in the world. So that's it. And this is a really nice thing to be able to send people.
Yeah. It's also very professional. And I think in being a writer with your business, this is one more way that you look professional to your readers.
I completely agree with that. It's so much better than handing a Word doc and God knows what'll happen to it. PDFs are terrible. Some people like to read on PDFs, but not everybody does because it's hard to you close it to find your place again and different things like that.
Yeah.
So this is a great way for them to read it. When I get arts this way, I read them on my Kindle.
Yeah.
Right. And it makes it very, very easy to do that.
And I think for readers, you just want to keep eliminating all those points of friction that could get them to not open your book and read it. It's that first impression of, oh, this is really easy. I can read it on my Nook. I can read it on whatever. And if they're having a dedicated tech support system, it is a professional launch pad for you as a writer. And it's gonna you're gonna be able to hit the ground running with ARCs and your readers will appreciate it.
Right. And at the end of it, you'll have an Excel spreadsheet or CSV file that shows you everybody who has downloaded your ARC. And it makes it really easy for you to send them all a quick email saying, hey, thanks for reading my ARC. Guess what? The show went live today. Here's the link on Amazon for you to review it.
Exactly.
So
Go out and get Bookfunnel and send your ARCs out.
like, there's lots of other things that you can do on it, like promos, but that ARC distribution is a great way to do it. You don't have to keep track of those email addresses. It just makes it easier for you. And like Jocelyn said, it makes it look way more professional.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you for being here with us again this week, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.